Hey everyone, check this knife out. New one for me. Never purchased any knife from this brand. So this is a Microtech. It's a Socom Elite 160-1. It's a manual folder, not an automatic, which is what Microtech is mainly known for. Black color, obviously, and it has aluminum handles, and it has the kind of the grip tape inside, which you see with a lot of the Microtech knives. Kershaw Blur has a little bit of that as well. I really like that, actually. What else can we see? This looks like they don't run this version of the knife too much. I did some research, and it seems to be relatively limited run. It is a standard production run knife from what I can tell, but they don't seem to do it too frequently. Maybe somewhat like an Emerson, maybe less frequent than an Emerson knife run is my estimate. Could be wrong. The last version I saw of this that was out there was several years ago, and it was in D2 steel, which I'm not a huge fan of that steel. This steel is S35 VN steel, so it's kind of the latest popular steel out there that's like S30V, but newer version of it. So you probably want to see the knife at this point, right? Well, okay, here it is. So my first impression was when I pulled it out of the box, I thought, wow, this is really a light knife. So the weight was the immediate thing that I noticed. It is a big knife. I'll do another video at some point about this one compared to other ones I have. I say that it's a big knife, and I'll call this in the same class as the Spyderco Military and the Benchmade 710. Why? It's because it's a 4-inch blade. So look how cool that blade looks. So it is a big spear point blade, and it's relatively thick. It has a thick spine. I've certainly seen smaller spines. I think the military spine might be a little bit smaller than this. It is a liner lock knife, which doesn't bother me too much. It is a thick liner that's right in the middle, which is to me fine. And it has a pocket clip, obviously, and the pocket clip is not movable to different positions, so that's kind of a downside. You're stuck with the pocket clip where it is here. You can see that the knife gets more thin the further down the handle you go. Let's see here. I'm still breaking in the liner lock. It's just a little firm. I notice you have to be really careful when you undo it. It's definitely going to come down on you like that with the blade. So you have to be careful with it, of course, as with any knife. So what else can I tell you? It's a black blade, obviously. It uses, I don't think they're the proprietary Microtech screws. They look like a torque screw. That's what I think it is. On the back here, it's hollowed out. It is aluminum handles. And let me move away from camera here real fast. It doesn't have the metal liner lock the full length of the knife. It comes to about right here, and you just have the aluminum, very strong aluminum, as the frame of the handle. There's no liners that I can tell of or further steel or anything like that, but it does feel very strong. What else can I tell you? The blade alignment was pretty good. I'll say that maybe it's not absolutely perfect, but pretty close. Pretty close. Certainly no rubbing or anything like that. Let's see. The jimping's really nice on the back here. The up here is a good place for your thumb. Down here is comfortable so far. Very, very sharp point. Extremely sharp. Probably one of the nicest, the most pointy knife I have. And that's something you need to be careful with. That's something that could break off with a lot of force or stabbing into the materials you're cutting with. So you want to be careful with that tip. You can see on here the different writing on the blade. It's a lot of stuff to read on the blade. Socom Elite, serial number, the Microtech logo, USA, made September 2011, S35VN, and nothing on the back. The thumb studs are actually pretty big. They're also blade stops. And the out-of-the-box sharpness was pretty sharp. Yeah. So pretty good slicing with paper. So, anyways, I'm liking the knife so far. I like the style of it, the design, the lightweight nature of it. That's interesting. The blade, I think, actually weighs more than the handle. The balance is definitely blade heavy. So that's interesting. I don't know if I have a knife that is exactly like that. What else can I tell you? How about some more specs? Overall length is 9.2 inches. Blade length is exactly 4 inches. So if you live in an area that has blade length restrictions, this is probably not the one for you, because 4 inches it's a big blade. Closed length is 5 inches. Again, the blade steel is S35VN. The handle material is black anodized 6061-T6. I think T6 is what most people know. T6 aluminum, and it's liner lock, and it weighs 4.3 ounces. It seems like a bigger number than what it actually feels like. So to me, it does feel pretty light. Made in the USA, and the pocket clip is unique. Definitely a color that stands out on the black knife here. It is tipped down. I think you've probably seen that by now. And it also has a glass breaker on the end. I don't think I have a knife that has a glass breaker. But so if there's any downside to this knife, and my viewers are going to have to tell me with their Microtech knives, the glass breaker was a little loose. I can touch it and it can make some, a little bit of wobbling sound. So I don't know if that's a normal thing or what, but not really a big deal. And then it comes with a nylon pouch, which I think a lot of the Microtechs come with. The pouch is actually bigger than the knife. So you can put it in like that. It has the Velcro on the back for your belt, whatever. So that is that. It was not, this is an expensive knife, right? I mean, it's not your low-end, go to Walmart, pick up a knife, go to REI, pick up one. It's not cheap, but I'll say that for the materials used, it's not as expensive as a Sabenza SMG or anything like that. So it's not ultra high end. So far so good with the knife. Let me know what you think. Later.